Next up, at UFC Vegas 71, we have my most confident pick on the card and the biggest favorite on the card. Montel, did you me?
Yeah.
Okay, we got Montel Jackson taking on Rani Yahya. Rani Yahya, 28-10 overall, 3-1-1 in his last 5. He's coming back after more than a year away. He's taking on Montel Jackson, 12-2 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He is riding a nice 3-fight win streak. And Rani Yahya, not to disparage him, we've made money on him in the past. We picked him in the past. He's a very high-level BJJ guy.
Not a jiu-jitsu nerd.
He's not a jiu-jitsu nerd. He will stand there. He will strike. He's got almost 40 professional fights, and when you're around that long, you develop other skills. And he has developed striking. He will stay there. He will set a relentless pace, shooting takedowns. So when we say he's not a jiu-jitsu nerd, it doesn't mean
decent
he doesn't.
takedowns too. They're not bad. Little outside inside trips with him, little back trips, little step overs, a little strong whizzers, a little single, a treetop. The blast doubles. He works the inside out off the single head position.
You actually are saying actual moves, and I'm 1,000% sure you have no idea what any of them are.
He'll ankle pick you. He'll do it with the shoe between the legs like this, and hold the legs closed like this, and then just drag you down, run the piping.
When we say jiu-jitsu nerd, it's like the butt-scooting dorks that don't have takedowns, and their only path to victory, is on the ground. Who was the last one that was literally butt-scooting? Dan Hooker knocked his clown ass out. Yeah, Claudio Playas was straight up
with Imanari rolls. Could you imagine rooting for a guy that goes in there with Imanari rolls, looking for heel hooks, just sitting on his ass?
It's embarrassing, really. It's embarrassing, really. Well, that's not Rani Yahya. He's got all the grappling credentials you could ever want. Insanely dangerous on the ground, but he will shoot takedowns and work to get it there on his own, not just desperate pull guard. Please. He's taking on Montel Jackson. Problem for Rani is Montel Jackson is a very good wrestler. And he's got solid jiu-jitsu skills as well. He's good everywhere. He's got a full resume of knockouts with insane power. He's got decisions. He's got submissions. His takedown accuracy is impressive at 71%. He's averaging 3 per fight. He's coming off that dominant win over Julio Arce. So Montel Jackson, very good wrestler with insane power in his hands. He should have good enough jiu-jitsu defense. I see Montel Jackson defending every single one of these takedowns, just absolutely blasting 38-year-old Rani Yahya in the face, probably winning by stoppage, definitely avoiding the submissions, but obviously it's an MMA fight. Anything is possible. I trust Montel Jackson. I think these odds are pretty correct, and honestly, they could probably be a little wider and still be good. Montel Jackson, very easy pick for me. Totally safe to parlay. What do you think?
Rani Yahya is going to absolutely
shut the fuck
destroy this guy, Montel Jackson, because of no, I'm just kidding. I mean, I have Montel Jackson in this fight, and the issue for Rani Yahya is when he goes to the ground, he's not like an auto submission guy, right? I mean, he has a lot of submissions, he's very high level, but there's some people that if you go to the ground, it's like, you were probably, it's stupid as it says, Julian Robertson is one of those people. Just every time they find themselves on the ground, it seems like they're able to get submissions. Amanda Himans is another one, you know what I mean? Noah DeMond, another one, Gloria DeBall is another one, if we're talking about that Randy girl from Bellator.
How many rants in one breakdown are you going to do? Okay.
That voice there?
Continue.
Get a little upset. But he's not going to be an automatic submission, which is good for Montel Jackson because he does like to wrestle in this fight. The easiest breakdown for this fight is Montel Jackson should treat Rani Yahya like a heavy bag. Just treat him like a heavy bag. You don't try and take down a heavy bag. And by working him like a heavy bag too, is you can't just headhunt Rani Yahya because he is tough. He can eat shots and he will time those big power shots with takedowns. And it's not out of the realm of possibility that Montel gets a little aggressive on the striking. Ronnie's times a takedown and gets him to the ground. But if Montel Jackson just treats him like a heavy bag, work the body, work the head, the knockout shot should find itself, and you don't even have to mess around on the ground with a guy as high level as Ronnie. So Montel should be fine on the ground, even if it goes to the ground. I don't know why he would mess around with that. Just keep with the strikes, work the body, work the head. Should be pretty easy.
Yeah, I completely agree. Honestly, I think obviously we're on the same page. I just completely agree with even if he gets the takedowns, he should be fine.
Right.
Because like you said, Rani Yahya is a very dangerous grappler, but he's not the male Mackenzie Dern. It's not just like you're instantly in trouble.
That was the one. You just kind of embarrassed me. Because I left that out, but you brought it. That was a good one.
That's what I do. Bring that heat. I think you could do everything with Montel Jackson, including this absurd price point. You don't even see Amanda Nunes at $9,700. That's an insane price point.
I bet she will be. I bet she will be in a few weeks.
In the greatest, speaking of trilogy, female rematches, the greatest trilogy. I'm so glad that's headlining a pay-per-view as well. That's incredible. Nothing like $80 after a $6 a month subscription.
They should have put Ricky Simone and Song Yadong ahead of that fight for a pay-per-view main event. It would have been much more fun.
And it's not even a slight to Amanda Nunes, because I'll watch Amanda Nunes fights all day. We've already seen her beat the absolute piss out of this woman. How many times are we going to watch that?
For 6 rounds, basically. Well, yeah. I mean, because she was beating her shit out of her in the first round of that fight. She basically beat her so bad that she tired herself out from beating her up so bad in that first round. Yeah. Just couldn't put her away and got tired.
No, and honestly, it's the UFC taking advantage of Canada. Canadians love UFC. The UFC is basically like, we'll sell this place out no matter who we put on this card.
That is a good point.
So that's what they did.
I think you're stupid. Dana White thinks Canadians are stupid. Pass it along.
But we don't, and if you're a Canadian, you sign up for premium today, I'll give you everything for just that $10. Everything. WeWantPicks.com, $10, everything. If you're Canadian, all of it.
God rest the queen.
Click, become a member.